Hey, welcome to another quarter conversation on Kings, Second Kings. We are on week number 5. Nope, week number six.
Number 6.
As we are looking at Second Kings 6 and 7 and alluding to 8.
Who's your favorite king?
Oh, they're all terrible.
Don't worry.
Next week's king is bad. Like it's a
we're skipping next week. We're gonna watch a VeggieTales next Sunday.
Yeah, I would be okay with that actually.
We could watch one about. We could watch King George and the Ducky.
It's not first Sunday. That's good because that would have been.
I've been doing some work to redirect next Sunday. So
I think maybe Stephen.
Just to pretend it doesn't
Stephen
happen.
King.
Oh well, that would fit for next Sunday.
Pretty good at that.
You could probably use next Sunday's message as a foundation for a good story.
Yeah. I'm just intrigued. VeggieTales did a thing about Second Kings.
Do they?
No idea. I have. Did they do a story about Jezebel?
What? I'm curious. In your lives, what were your children Christian consumables?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
VeggieTales for sure.
Okay.
My cousin had a lot more. Like it was like Salty. When I'd go to her house, we'd watch Salty, which was a giant.
Oh man, you just unlocked something.
Yeah.
Wait,
what is it?
So Salty the singing song.
So this is when you actually were a kid.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
So VHS.
Probably. Yeah.
This is when we learned hymns via Salty the singing song.
You're not wrong.
This is where your lyric.
I didn't watch this at my house, but I'd go to my cousin's, and that's what we watched at her house.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, goody.
The Donut Man.
Okay.
Anybody?
No.
I feel
Life without
like
Jesus is like a donut.
Oh no.
Like a donut. Wait. Like a donut. Life without Jesus. I'm sorry, podcast. Is like a donut. Because there's a hole in the middle of your heart.
Oh, the donut man.
And then the donut hole is Jesus.
Oh.
And they put it in the donut, and then they go.
Is this animated?
No.
That was like a costume.
The donut. So the donut man was a real person, and
How
the
did he have
donut.
the
I can't
hole?
remember his name. No, he was a man, and then there was a donut.
Oh, okay.
That was a puppet.
Got it. A donut. I thought the man was a donut, and I was like, how did he have a hole?
So this is watching a person and a puppet on a VHS tape.
Yes.
High quality shot.
Ooh.
Oh, look, there they are.
No, don't.
Oh,
All right.
It's beautiful.
So down in the comments below, you can see a link to
the donut man.
Yeah, but the donut.
All they have to do is Rob Evans.
Yeah,
there you go.
and what was the donut's name?
Oh, that I don't know. I mean, I just Googled. That's how I know anything.
So for me, once a year at Gethsemane Lutheran Church in Uppsala, they'd put up a big screen at the front, and they would do a real, like a movie projector, click, 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 spinning real movie. They would rent some movie, and they would show it on the screen. I don't remember anything about any of the movies. I'm sure that some of them had the line, "Why didn't you tell us?" as they were left behind, long before Left Behind. But yeah, they would show a special movie on the humongous sheet between PVC pipe and front. Yeah, and I'm sure that was a beast to put on. Like to get that, they would have to change the reel in the middle of the movie. How did they get? I don't know how they did the audio. Did they put a mic back by the projector?
Oh yeah.
Like all these things that are so simple now and were complicated then.
It sounded yeah.
The donut's name was Duncan.
No man,
He was not listening to you.
They're gonna get sued.
Oh man.
No, it was DUNCAN.
Still, name and likeness.
There's Adventures in Odyssey.
Yep,
which
I was gonna get
cartoon.
that was my next thing.
There's also something called Gerbert, which I don't remember, but I also see this face, and I'm like, I know that. I don't know how I know that, but I'm like, Gerbert was a thing, and somewhere I watched Gerbert.
Sounds like yogurt to me.
What was the airplane detective kids?
Oh,
Buttercream Gang?
Is it Buttercream Gang? No. Yeah.
The Greatest Adventure. This is
Talking about
funny.
Adventures in Odyssey.
Buttercream
No.
Gang was not when I was a kid. That was when I was a camp staff person during
Oh,
nap
yes.
time, toes up
Oh
time.
man.
Buttercream. I remember.
And so my favorite Buttercream Gang memory was that from Camp Lebanon, having about 150 to 80 super kids, so like third, fourth, fifth graders in that chapel,
Yep.
showing a Buttercream Gang movie.
Yep.
I and two other staff people were the only people in there. It's like staff have that time off.
Yep.
And then I remember very, very clearly when a kid woke me up at the end and said, "Can we watch another movie? Because this one's over." And then realizing that the three staff members in that room, including myself, were all sleeping.
That's when Jesus shows up and goes, "Could you not stay awake with me?"
Yes.
Last Chance Detectives is what I was thinking.
Oh.
But, oh man, Buttercream Gang.
Last Chance Detective.
They still did that when I was on staff.
Oh, I'm sure those VCR tapes are still there somewhere.
I'm seeing something called Joy Junction with a guy and he didn't have a puppet. He had ventriloquist.
Oh,
He had a
no.
dummy. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't watch that one, but
Well,
that
this
was-
is Gorman, did you have any Christian consumables?
Yeah,
Laserdisc.
Did you have a Lord's Gym shirt?
I did not.
I did.
he did.
I had a breadcrumb and fish shirt.
Yeah. You know the Lord's Gym, but he's
Yeah.
bench pressing, like they're doing a push-up with the cross on his back.
No.
Lord's
Yeah.
Gym.
Yeah, Sugar Creek Gang was on the
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the radio when I was a
Mhm.
kid. There's a couple albums that came out, Bullfrogs and Butterflies.
Oh,
Bullfrogs and butterflies, woke and born again.
yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. Well, those are kind of it.
So
Yeah.
this is a 10-minute conversation that we could not have with Barbara in the room.
No.
So
Yeah, but he'll listen to it. Hey, Greg.
Can we make part of this unfast forward?
Yes. Well, Second Kings 6, 7, and 8. We've been again. First Kings, the theme of was that a hard shift?
Well, it was. And I'd like to know, like, when we started, we said we're going to talk about that, and then you asked this question. How did this question?
Yeah.
How does this connect to Second
There,
Kings 6, 7,
about
8?
12 minutes ago, I knew.
Oh, and it's over.
Now
It's over.
maybe it'll come back to me. But so these again, First Kings, it's this hope amidst failure. Our hope is in God while we fail. Second Kings, the question lingers continually is how will we persist? And as we walk into this next chapter here, there are some remarkable narratives of stories that have hope. Not hope. It's trust and fear. Trust and fear, bringing these things together. And the three narratives that we're going to really rest on. There's a bunch. This is enjoyable. This is great. Not easy, but this is fun text to read. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, it does a really intense turn.
I feel like it's not comedic relief, but this is like these are some hopeful, joyful moments before you go, wow.
These are kind of
Woo,
Disney cinematic.
Yeah.
And then next week is mass murderer.
Yeah, it's bad.
Kill the children and stuff. So
Yeah.
But so the three narratives that we're going to be reflecting on when we see this idea of trust and fear really played out. The first one is a person who borrows an axe. Elisha is meeting with a bunch of people, and
They want him. They're like, please come in.
We love hanging out with you.
We want to build
And
this
so
building.
and we're running out of room, so let's build this thing. So Elijah, come with us. We're going to go cut some wood down at the Jordan River, some poles to build this larger gathering place. Come with us. And so it's a communal moment. I think that's an important part of it. And they get down there, and they start cutting down the poles. This is
He's
you were waiting for me to say it.
Yeah.
It's building.
It's so funny.
The guy starts one of the people starts chopping down a tree, and all of a sudden the axe head flies off of his handle into the Jordan River, and he goes, "No, it was borrowed." Just so you know, I don't do that to perform for a podcast. I do that every time I say it. As I read it to myself, all of a sudden, reading silently, I go, "No, no, it was borrowed."
I was trying to explain that to Valerie last night,
Now you
so
can
I'm
see
so
it.
happy I can show her now.
Oh.
Oh, it's good.
And then
Uh,
so his fear is that who knows, maybe the person you borrowed from him will cut him up with an axe into little pieces.
I mean, that's what you told me. You said that's
Mm-hmm.
what you said.
How's he
He
gonna
lost
do it
the
when
axe.
How's he
No,
gonna
you said
do that
to
when
me-
his axe is in the bottom of the river?
Yeah, he's
That's
gonna
true.
beat him with the handle.
With the handle.
To death. Oh man.
So Elisha has this trust moment. He takes some branches and says, "Where did it go?" "It went over there." And he lofts those twigs and stuff into those and exits.
Oh my goodness.
And grab it. It's an interesting. It's such a weird interlude story.
It is a weird story.
But again, Elisha is the voice and community of trusting and hope and just is solid in bringing that trust.
Are you going to do that on Sunday?
I don't know
I-
how not to.
Yeah, definitely.
I really.
It is definitely
I want to
happening on
hear.
Sunday.
I want to hear everyone's reaction on Sunday when you whiny, when you're the whiny accent lost person. Okay.
Yeah,
It's hard to
the
focus on
axe
that.
Head, the axe loser head is, I'm not calling him a loser.
I know he's the one that lost the accent.
But he definitely was being told by fear. Next narrative, Elisha is as a prophet. Obviously, is telling the king of Israel what the king of Aram is doing in his military attacks. I say obviously, not sarcastically.
Mhm.
It's so bizarre that every military plan and everything is doing like who's spying on me?
Yeah.
And
It's right after the story of Naaman.
yeah, and Naaman, who
Like-
was a commander of Aram's army, had
Yep.
been healed of leprosy. He goes back home. He had
Spent some time with Elisha,
Yeah.
like so had some relationship, and then goes back home,
Yep.
probably in the room.
and probably was the one going, actually,
Yeah,
there's
Like,
a
this
man
kind of
Elisha.
shows things.
Remember, King, remember the guy had this rash? You said I could go to that prophet.
Yeah.
Sure, go. You said that. The chapter before.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
that
we were like, sometimes the collections of stories aren't like they can be.
really spread out.
Yeah, but Elisha is evident in both the stories, so these are definitely. This is okay. I'm really hoping that Greg, like when he posts little reels of things, I'm hoping that makes it.
Yeah, and then he gets, yeah.
It for sure won't be the Christian symbols.
We're sorry, Greg.
Yeah, so the king of Aram,
Yeah.
the succinct of it is that he wants Elisha dead and sends a big army to surround those where he's at. Dothan says, surround them, capture me.
But before that, because like people are freaked out. Oh, maybe not before that, but he sends them, capture them, all these things, and there's a lot of fear because they know are coming. And Elisha tells this other one to ask God to reveal like who's with him, and there's this whole holy heavenly hope.
Early in the morning, Elisha's servant comes out and goes,
Oh no! We're
We're
surrounded. What are we gonna do?
and then Elisha, it just seems like if you imagine a 90s teen movie, the cool guy comes walking out like it's no big deal. It's the don't turn around and look at
Zach
explosions.
Morris.
Yeah.
That's Yeah. And so anyway, he is Zach Morris. Zach Morris.
Elisha is Zach Morris. Okay, got it.
Comes out and goes, Lord, open his eyes that he would see that there are more for us than for him.
Yeah.
And it's a remarkable. He sees his eyes are open. He sees that there's chariots of fire.
It's both times. The first time. No. And then axe head. No. And then.
Well, Elisha, when David came to the door, Elijah's like, send a messenger.
Yeah.
Who cares? He's just very cool. Elisha's very cool, guys.
So his eyes are open. They see the chariots of fire. There's some, again, fear and trust.
Trembling.
There was trembling. And the armies are struck with blindness. It says that Elisha prays and they are struck with blindness. And they take these blind, incapable, this army of Aram to the king of Israel.
How do you think he navigated this whole army, this whole blind army? He had to like get them all. Oh yeah, they all.
Yeah, 100% kindergarten. Yeah, 100% kindergarten class goes on a field trip.
Hold each other's hands.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
together.
So they get there, and the king goes, "Shall I kill them?" The king goes, "Shall I no?" And then there's this Zach Morris goes, "No, give him a feast and send him home."
Yeah.
Which is very different from where Elisha started, because after Elisha becomes Elisha,
So-
he sends the bears
bears?
after all these
This
kids
is like-
made fun of him.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
these guys
that's true.
shouldn't call him
Maybe.
wolf.
I think it is good to see Elisha.
Yeah, like he's obviously. I think he's. Do you not? Do you think
it's
he's
good.
changed a little, or no? You had a face like, is it mature?
I think he is. He's so like. Oh yeah, he's so like every time. Oh yeah, here every time, like
Yeah.
lackadaisical about it. Except that there is maturing in the.
Don't. Yeah.
And so
There were no bears.
Again, there's
So we know.
in this narrative, in this story, there's in this communal moment, there's incredible fear from Elisha's servant. There's even fear from the king of Israel. But this trust is in this community moment is seen in Elisha. And then the final narrative that we're going to be bringing to the table is it's also
This is a good transition from like happy to like what's coming next week. This is kind of an really horrific. No, this is not. Oh, I was thinking of the women, but yeah, the two women that. The famine.
What happened is that Aram immediately after sending this army back unharmed, the next words in Second Kings is that again they were warring. Aram and Israel were warring, and it was a siege was to Israel. So Aram sent a besieged them. Meaning that there were no supplies, no food, no anything went through.
No feasts.
Yeah, and then there's a one story to it.
Yeah.
It's that. So the famine was so bad. It gets mentioned immediately in the narrative that animal, a donkey's head, anything was very very expensive. The king is strolling around his and sees
And he's already upset because he's.
famine. And
Yeah.
so I will be the king. The king is strolling around and looks down and he sees these two women on a race. You can be the women.
Oh,
It's
good.
good. So I don't want to say it.
They're fighting because they had agreed that they were going to eat the one woman's son on Tuesday, and then the next day they were going to eat the other woman's son, because that's how they were going to survive. And the second woman hid her son, and which we decided I would for sure do that. I mean, I don't think I could eat somebody else's son, but I for sure would hide my children. And so they're fighting because she hid her son, and then he tears his robes and is wearing sackcloth, which is like usually means that there's fast. He is upset because he's already fasting, and well, of course he's fasting. There's famine, but he's fasting and praying for the area, And so then this adds on top of
Yeah,
all
and
that.
this is to show this isn't a narrative about the good or bad of people. This is a narrative, just part of the narrative
Yeah.
to show how bad the family
This was, yeah, it was horrible.
The family was really that bad. And so meanwhile, it's like totally like this is 80s television when the screen would go ooh, get a little fuzzy and it would have a flashback moment. But in another place there was some lepers who do some simple math. They go, hey, we're gonna die from starvation, or we can go to the armies of Aram and surrender to them, and maybe they'll feed us. And we can, if they kill us, we're gonna die anyway. And then if they don't, we have some food to eat. And they get there, they go to the where the armies were, and there's nothing, nobody there. And it's that weird moment where people just ran away and left sandwiches on the counter, and their cereal was still crispy, but it was sitting there on the counter or the table. Yeah. And so these lepers, they just gorge themselves, and then in the middle of it, it's like there's this moment of, I don't know, wisdom, generosity, kindness, morality, whatever they say. This isn't right. We should go tell the king that they're gone and everybody can eat. There's so much supplies here. And they go back to the king. The king has a fear moment. He goes, listen, this is a trap. This is for sure a trap. I don't know about what the lepers saw. Maybe they're part of the trap, but there's some wisdom spoken to them. Send a small regiment, send a couple chariots. And if if it is a trap and they die, we're all going to die anyway. Again, this to show how bad it is. And the chariots go, and it isn't. What they find is just their supplies strewn everywhere from the army of Aram. They had heard what they thought was a coalition of armies coming to attack them, that Israel had found other armies to fight for them. They thought that. And so they abandoned the ship and left everything. It wasn't actually a ship, but they abandoned everything. And so then the people stormed out, and there was supplies for all. There was a servant who doubted this all would happen, and that person who doubted, and Elijah said, well, you're not going to be able to, because you fear and don't trust. You are not going to partake in the cheap food that's coming, and that person was trampled. Nice little part of the story. But in all of this, we just we thinking about persisting, there can be some shame associated with fear and some pride associated with trust. But the thing that I think resounds in these narratives that Rachel, you and I talked about this yesterday is that it is so important to be in community, because how am I making sure that when I am being ruled by fear, that I'm surrounding myself with people that are full of trust. And when I am trusting God and I'm full of faith and trust, am I pulling people close that are being ruled by fear? Am I being in community of that? And if we don't take that initiative to do that, man, it's isolating on each side, and there's really treachery or failure on each end. And then Elijah stood at such contrast in this. Wasn't that, it's weird to think about.
Yeah.
Elijah was this Lone Ranger, and
Elijah's just kind of just showed up. Like he'd be like nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden he was there, and it wouldn't really explain how he even got there.
Yeah.
It was like God like told him to go, and he went. But most of the time, it seemed like he was alone, except for a few moments where that there was also a story of a woman and a family that made a space for him.
Even that was, while he was with them, that was in efforts to be alone.
Yeah. His goal was no thank you. Whereas, Elisha's constantly seen with people. I mean, they even wanted him. I think what's interesting with Elijah is the king. I mean, this isn't the king, but he was like, there's my enemy. Remember that story where he's like, there's my enemy. And it wasn't a moment where people wanted Elijah to be around, but Elisha in these stories. They want him around. They want him around so badly that they're going to build space for him to be so he can be there more often. He can be there with the community more often. And I mean, they did lose the axe head, which was, tough, but
Came back though.
it came back. It was fine. But yeah, Elisha he was in the middle of these stories. It wasn't like he had to find out things were like he was there to be present that things were happening in people's lives. It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't, I don't know.
And it wasn't, Richie mentioned the other day about the importance of bringing us back to the Beatitudes because, being a person that's trusting God and being helped or supported as you fear by trust. It's not just to fix it all and make it simple. I think that redefining blessed is such an important part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the relationship with God and each other blessed instead of the hashtag blessed that we get in good old Hobby Lobby. So it's but I think it's
There it is.
thing.
That's why I talk about Christian consumerism.
Because we made it Hobby Lobby. Great. But that's the thing is together right relationship with each other and right relationship with God is right relationship with in Christian life. That's it. Like I don't think that you can have right relationship with God and be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because right relationship with God means body of Christ stuff, which is together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in these these are turned to 11 narratives. They are so extreme.
Oh, yeah.
They're so extreme. And it's okay, to acknowledge that. That's part of
It's uncomfortable. It's part of what, I mean, we were talking about this too. It's like some of these stories make it into the Bible because they are big stories and they do demonstrate lessons that we need to realize, which might be harder with a story that wasn't quite so intense. But
theology being that understanding of God and how He relates to us and how we relate to Him and how we are to relate to each other. And to build theology out of biblical narrative, this repetitive themes, these stories that are intense. But to see in this intensity is that Elisha was in community. There was a person that trusted God, and but that wasn't an isolated moment. And then there were people that were being ruled by fear, and that didn't eliminate them. But to see that come together, and to see the axe heads float, armies be defeated, and even shown grace, and to see the famine end. Those things of the beyond the hashtag blessed were those came because of community and the balance of the extremes.
something that we talked about on Tuesday that I think is really important is it's easy. I think Rich, you said it. It's easy to think of fear as a sin. Like people kind of tend to say that.
Another
tend to
one of
think
those
that.
growing up.
Yeah,
Christian things.
right. Like those are those moments like you're not supposed to be afraid. You're not supposed to have fear. You're not supposed to feel those things. And we see in the Bible over and over again where it says, do not fear. And I love that. Like in Joshua, it's like, do not be afraid because I'm with you and all that over and over again. But the reality is that fear is happening. Fear is going to happen. Fear is an emotion. I don't think we're supposed to act on fear, but it's going to be present, and being able to trust without fear is not really that big a deal. But when you trust when there is fear, or you trust in spite of fear, that's really the character development moments. That's really growth.
Well, fear serves a purpose. I mean, it keeps you safe.
Yeah.
Since when you're controlled by fear, that becomes a problem.
And we hear that, like the Joshua text is as a I, me culture. It's telling me to not be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But it was written to a we culture where it saw it wasn't elevated individuals, it was about communal. And so even in these narratives, there were fear, but collectively together, fear was overcome. And what if I think it's important to just, if I have fear, again, I'm not a sinner or a failure because I'm afraid, but it is pushing me to a moment like, hey, I need more we. in this otherwise, because in isolation, in aloneness, for sure, I can be ruled by fear.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think in the same, like, if you think about it as, this can be Richard's wrap up. If you think about it as
Oh, no!
back to the Sermon on the Mount. If you think about it as that you are the light of the world communally, you are the light of the world. Then one light is dim, but it's still bright because every other light is there. It's the same thing with the fear. If you are experiencing fear in a moment, but you're in community, then communally there's a tiny bit of fear instead of a crippling bit of fear. I think that's the thing, is community with God and people. Hard stop.
I like it. That's good.
Thanks. See you next week.